Hello everyone, this is Illuminating Dots. This is a summary of CBSE Class 10 Maths Chapter 3 Exercise 3.3. This exercise is about solving the linear equations using the substitution method. Now, before starting, if you find this content useful and enjoy learning maths using my skills and logic interesting, then please consider subscribing my channel and do leave a like. So, what is substitution method? For the linear equations in two variables, there are three methods of solving the equations. Now, one of them is substitution method. What we have to do in this is we substitute a value of any variable and we complete that sum. So I'll just explain you one. So if the question is x plus y is equals to 14 and x minus y is equals to 4, then in this question you have to substitute a value of any of the variable so that you find the value of the another variable. How we will do that? We will take the second equation here. What we do is we write it here, x minus y is equals to 4, and we keep a variable on the LHS and the other on the RHS. So we keep x on the LHS, so we get y 4 plus y, so we got x is equals to 4 plus y as the third equation. Now what you do is you substitute the value of x is equals to 4 plus y in the first equation. So how we will do this? So x plus y is equals to 14, that was the first equation, and according to the third equation, which is this, x is equals to 4 plus y. So x is equals to 4 plus y is equals to 14. So this is the value of x which we wrote. Now y plus y is 2y and 4 we subtract it here, so we get 10 here, and we divide 2, so we get 5. So y is equals to 5, and since we got y is equals to 5, we know that x is equals to 4 plus y. So x is equals to 4 plus 5, which is x is equals to 9. So we got this and this, so we got our solution using the substitution method. Now let's begin with the exercise first. So in the exercise 3.3, the sum I explained you was the first question of the first one. So I will not solve any of them in the first one because they are simple substitution method. You do not have to do anything with them. You just have to substitute any value of any variable and you will get your answer ahead. Now we will start with the second one. So we have been given 2x plus 3y is equals to 11 and 2x minus 4y is equals to minus 24. So we have two equations here. Now we will take the first equation. Okay, so we took the first equation. So 2x plus 3y is equals to 11, and therefore x is equals to 11 minus 3y, because 3y is plus here, so it went there and became minus, and upon 2, because 2 is multiplied here and here it is divided. I skipped a step, so don't get too much hesitated and don't get confused. So okay, so we got the value of x here. This is the first equation or the third equation, you can write whichever you want. Now the equation which is given, it is 2x minus 4y is equals to minus 24. So this was our second equation given in the question. Now we know that x is equals to 11 minus 3y upon 2. So 2 times 11 minus 3y upon 2 is minus 4y is equals to minus 24. So we cancel the 2's here, so 11 minus 3y minus 4y is equals to minus 24. So 11 went there from the LHS to the RHS, it became minus 11. So minus 24 minus 11 is minus 35, and minus minus is plus, so minus 7y is equals to minus 35. So minus minus gets cancelled and y is equals to 5, because 7 5 is 35. We divided 7. Now we got y is equals to 5, and we know that x is equals to 11 minus 3y by 2. So x is equals to 11 minus 3y is 5 upon 2. So x is equals to 11 minus 5 3 is 15, and 11 minus 15 is minus 4 upon 2. Therefore x is equals to minus 2. So yeah, this was it. We got x is equals to minus 2 and y is equals to minus 5. Y is equals to 5, sorry. And the next question is asked, find the value of m. Okay, so what we found is, we found out the value of y and x, but we had to find the value of m. So what the equation given is, y is equals to mx plus 3. So value of y we found out was 5, and mx is equals to minus 2 and plus 3. So plus 3 from RHS went to LHS, it became minus 3, so it came 2, and minus 2m, so it became minus 1 is equals to m. So the value of m is equals to minus 1. This was easy. And yeah, so the third one, now in the third one I will just show you how will you write this statement sums into equations, and I will not solve whole part away because it will take a lot of time. So okay, so for the first one, we have been given the difference between two numbers is 26, and one number is 3 times the other. Find them. Okay, so we have been given x minus y is equals to 26, and since x minus y is equals to 26, this was the first equation. The second part is one number is 3 times the other. So let us assume that x is the greater number, so x is equals to 3 times the other number, which is y. So okay, before writing this part, you have to mention about, let one number be x and the other number be y. If you do not write that, because in this question only the numbers were given, nothing specific, but in the ahead coming questions you have balls and bats and pens and pencils in the same question. So if you do not write which object you are considering to be x and which object you are considering to be y, then you will face a problem, because teachers or the correctors or supervisors won't understand which subject have you chosen as x and which subject as y, so they won't be giving you marks. Don't forget about writing that. Now you can solve it right away here, because x is equals to 3y and you know x minus y is equals to 26. So you substitute 3y in the place of x. That is simple. Now the second one is given, the larger of two supplementary angles exceeds the smaller by 18 degrees. Find them. Okay, so let us assume the larger angle be x degrees and the smaller angle be y degrees. You have to mention the units with the variables also, don't forget about it. Now since we have been given supplementary angles, so x plus y is equals to 180 degrees, because supplementary angles are 180 degrees. And next part is the larger angle exceeds the smaller by 18 degrees. So if we take x as the larger angle or x as the bigger angle, then y plus 18 degrees will be equal to x. Okay, so why am I always adding the numbers on the, or multiply the numbers on the smaller numbers side, because if you have seen my previous video, I have explained it to you. Because okay, see, if x is equals to 10 and y is equals to 5, okay, not in this case, I am just explaining it to you. If x is equals to 10 and y is equals to 5, so if you have to make them equal, you will multiply 2 on the RHS, or you will multiply 2 to the y and not to the x. If you multiply 2 here, it will become 20, and 20 and 5 will never ever be equal. So that is why you always multiply or add or subtract or divide to the lower number if they have mentioned the question in that ways. So remember it. And yeah, there are exceptions, don't think there are no exceptions. There are exceptions, but not like a bunch of them. There are a few exceptions, just pay your attention. And if you are also solving RD Sharma along with NCERT, then it's very good for you, because RD Sharma has a lot of these trick based questions, and you will 100% get tricked in this question. And if you doubt it, you can try it. I am 100% sure that you will for sure not be able to solve that questions. And yeah, if you are able to solve that questions, do comment below. I have to know if you are capable of that type of sums also. Now okay, so for the second question we got this, because okay, so let's move to the third one. There are 6 questions. Okay, so the third one, a cricket coach of the cricket team buys 7 balls and 6 bats for rupees 3,800. Later she buys 3 bats and 5 balls for rupees 1,750. Find the cost of each bat and each ball. Okay, so we will assume the cost of one bat is equals to rupees x and cost of one ball is equals to rupees y. Don't forget the units again. Now 7 bats and 6 balls, so 7x plus 6y is equals to 3800. And later the second part is 3x plus 5y is equals to 1750. Now you can do this, you can substitute any value, any variable's value, and you can get the answer. It will be a little lengthy, I suppose, because okay, so no, it won't be that lengthy, but yeah, it will take you 2-3 minutes if you do it very fast. Now fourth one, the taxi charges. Okay, yeah, this question, this fourth one is very important. It will be asked in the board's exam, like it is in the board's paper, like 90% of the times this question is always present. You can go check any paper and I am for sure it will have this type of question. So this is the most important question of this exercise. You can say that. Do remember how to solve this and do understand its logic first. Now we will assume the fixed charge to be equal to rupees x and the distance and the charge per distance covered be rupees y. So what we got is rupees x for the charges for fixed distance and rupees y for the charges per kilometer. Okay, so for this type of questions, now the first part is given. For a distance of 10 km, the charge paid is rupees 105. Okay, so we have taken the fixed charges as rupees x. Now whenever such type of questions are given, the fixed charges will always be added. No matter how much they travel, the fixed charges will always be added, and then the distance or whatever unit that there is given in the question is written with the charges per kilometer. Okay, so what I mean is, if the fixed charges is rupees x, then x will be added always, and for the charges per kilometer you will add the charges per kilometer, that is rupees y, along with the total distance covered, which is 10 kilometers in this case, and for that he paid a sum of 105 rupees. Second part is, for a journey of 15 kilometer he paid rupees 155. So since here also fixed charges are always present, so fixed charges, as the name suggests, fixed charges are always added to the question. Don't ever forget about it, and if you are not focused you will forget to write the x 100%. Now next is, how much distance did he travel? He traveled 15 kilometers, and since the charge per kilometer is rupees y, we multiply it with y, and so we are left with one. He gave 155 rupees. Now you find its value of x and y using the substitution method. Then you have to do one more thing. You have been given, find the total, find how much the person has to pay for traveling a distance of 25 kilometers. So we have to add the fixed charges naturally, and then for 25 kilometers, that is 25 into y, because the distance per kilometer is also added, so that is y is equals to, when you will solve this you will have the value of x and y. So for that you have to first solve these two equations, find the value of x and y, and then substitute its value here, and you will get your answer. Now fifth one, a fraction becomes 9 upon 11 if 2 is added to both the numerator and denominator. If 3 is added to both the numerator and denominator, it becomes 5 upon 6. Find the fraction. Okay, so let us assume that numerator is x and denominator is y. So hence it is a fraction. We will have x upon y. We will have x upon y. And okay, so they have given, if 2 is added to both the numerator and denominator, so we add 2 to both of them, then it is equal to 9 upon 11. We do not add anything here because, okay, so you can understand it, simple logic, because we have, many of you will think that if this side it is added, then this side it should also be added, because LHS is equals to RHS. So we have, if we do anything to the LHS, you have to do something to the same thing to the RHS also, but not in this case. So because if you add 2 here also, then you will have to add 4 here, because if you add 2 to both the numerator and denominator, then it becomes equal to 9 upon 11, and not if you add 2 here and 2 here, then it will become 9 upon 11. So just think about it for a second. And okay, so the next part is given. So the fraction is x upon y, and it is given if 3 is added to both the numerator and denominator, so plus 3, then the fraction becomes 5 upon 6. So this was easy. Now this will be easy, don't worry. You just have to cross multiply this and this, and you will get 2 more equations. Then you have to substitute a value of any variable, then you have to solve it ahead. So it will take a little time, but don't worry, it will get over. Now last question, 5 years hence the age of Jacob will be 3 times that of his son. 5 years ago Jacob's age was 7 times that of his son. What are their present ages? Okay, so we take Jacob's age as x years, and we take his son's age as y years. So we have found it. Now according to the question, 5 years hence, that is 5 years in the future, because hence is after. So 5 years in the future, so we just add 5 to both of them. So x plus 5 and y plus 5, because if Jacob's age is 5 years after, then his son's age will also be counted after 5 years. the age of Jacob will be 3 times that of his son. So it is 3 times to that of his son. So we will multiply 3 here. You have seen this type of question in the last exercise also. Don't feel so confused. You can check that video also if you want. Now, and the next situation is 5 years ago Jacob's age was 7 times that of his son. So 5 years ago is in the past, so we subtract it. So y minus 5, x minus 5 and y minus 5 be 7 times that of his son. So we multiply 7 here. Now you just solve this, you find the equations, you substitute the equations, and you get the values of x and y, and that are your correct answers. That's it. Now this exercise took a little long, but there were a lot of sums. Now don't worry, you will get through this if you practice a lot. Now yeah, so if you have any doubt, do comment below, and if you want me to solve any question particularly, then also do comment. I will solve that question too. And if you want urgent reply, you can also mail me. I have given my mail in the description. Check that out. And yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching.